Thanks for joining us today. We both have our masks on, but before we get going here, we are about 6 feet apart. We want you to be socially distanced, COVID safe, but for this segment, we're going to take our masks off, and we are 6 feet apart. Welcome to our mixed phys ed lesson today. We're going to be doing your warm-up. This is Mr. Little, I'm Mr. Lieb. We're going to get right into it. We know that a lot of you don't have equipment. Some of you can't get your cardio and your warm-up in a normal fashion, so we're going to show you something you can do at home and get your heart rate going so you can get into whatever other workout you're trying to do. So basically, we're just going to start with a jogging in place for 1 minute, so get ready on the music. A little technical difficulty. Here we go for 1 minute. I know it doesn't sound long, but you'll see. When we get through the first set of our warm-up here, you're going to be like, wow, that 1 minute's long. But just keep those feet getting up a little bit, hands moving. Don't keep them at your side. Get them up. When the music stops, we'll get to the next one. Keep moving. Try to get that heart rate up, warm up, get the blood to the muscles so we don't pull anything. It's time to get active. 30 more seconds. Keep it going. Woo. That's why I starting off with a light jog. That minute's long. You're going to love yourself after this segment. 10 seconds. Keep them up. 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, we go right to jumping jacks. And go right to jumping jacks. Now you can do half ones like this, or get them all the way with those hands going. Whatever you're feeling for a whole minute. We're going to get going real good here. 1 minute. I know some of you are out of breath already. If you do get out of breath, just go back to that jogging right here. But if you're not, keep those jumping jacks going. Come on, stay with me. Mr. Little, you're doing great over there. 30 seconds. See how fast that was? 30 seconds. Woo! I promise you, I'll give you a sip right after this one. Sip of water. Woo! Keep it going. Try to go off your toes when doing this. Stay with us. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Sip of water if you got it. If you don't and you're at home, run and get some water. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out. Okay, we're going to go to power knees. Let me show you what power knees Mr. Little is going to demonstrate. You want to get those knees up as high as you can with the opposite arm going. So if his right knee's up, his left hand is up. So let's see it, Mr. Little. Do some high knees. Go full force now. Okay, so we're going to get those knees up as high as we can for 30 seconds. Ready? On the music, go. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Push them up. Power them up. After this 30 seconds, we're going to take our heart rate. Push that knee all the way up. 3 seconds. 1. Take your 2 fingers. Put it to the opposite side of your neck. Find your pulse. I'll give you a second to find it. Get ready to count. Make sure you count, Mr. Little. Gotcha. Count your beats. Count your beats. Ready, go. And stop. How many beats you have, Mr. Little?
16 for that.
So he's already at 160 heartbeats, and we only did 3 exercises. Remember to breathe in and breathe out in between each exercise. All right, we're going to do some different forms of planks. Mr. Little is going to do plank position from his hands. Every 5 seconds, he's going to do a full push-up. I'm going to do plank ups. So every 5 seconds, he's going to hold that plank and then do a push-up. I'm going to do plank ups where we start here, drop to the floor, pick up from the elbows, and come up. Come to the floor, elbows, push up to the hands. So whichever one you want to do, pick it, but keep moving. On the music, we're gonna do 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Try to give me 5 mile water. I live back then, I'm a son on my dog. I had the Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. Cause I here playing ball. I done put my whole arm in the don't give up. And I know Papa get a kid. Shotty belly getting double C's. I got it like looking like a Lear model. I got the pink slip off my waist. Then I'm about to get the kids to the seat. Push off those elbows if you're doing mine. And stop. Okay, get a drink of water. All right, we're gonna go into our second set. We're gonna move a little bit faster here. We're gonna do 20 seconds for each exercise, and I'm gonna add one in there. So on the music, we're gonna go right to our jogging in place again. Remember, we're just warming up for our mixed phys ed lesson today. Get ready, set. 20 seconds of just light jogging. You notice I'm sweating. You sweat, Mr. Little? I'm a sweater when I work out. That's good. 5 more seconds. We're gonna go right into jumping jacks and go. Jumping jacks. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And stop. Next one, we're gonna do squats and then punch. When we punch, we're punching from the core. We're gonna do 20 seconds. Hands out, get ready. Go. Let me check my chest, my breath right quick. Can't never seen it in a dress like this. Can't never even been impressed like this. Probably why I got 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, we go right to power knees. Power knees, get them up. Remember, opposite hand to that knee. You go slow or as fast as you want. If you notice, it's a little, it's probably in better cardio shape than me, so he's going a little faster. That's okay. I can catch up. Not a big deal. 3 seconds. And stop. We're gonna go right into our planks again. Mr. Lou, you're doing the same planks and push-ups. I'm doing plank ups. I'm gonna start from the floor this time on the music. Push from those elbows if you're doing mine.
Working on a weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Swear they past us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
3 seconds. All right, stand up, get a drink. Whew. You got a towel, wipe off the sweat. All right, we're gonna do 10 seconds, last minute, here we go. Right to light jogs, music please. 10 seconds. Someone hits a block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, they do too plush. Jumping jacks. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Into our squat punches. Squat punches. Push, punch from the core. Punch from the core. Watch your mouth. Baby got an ego twice the size of the crib. I can never tell it shit. I say it's what it is. Whew. Hide it. Power knees. Get them up. 4 seconds. And we're stopping right there. All right, we finished your warm up. Next, we're going to be doing yoga to get you ready for your PE mix lesson today. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mr. Little.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Ms. Galante and this is Mr. Rich. We're going to take you guys through some yoga poses today. So we're going to be music with us because we're going to try and have some more time to think inside of our heads. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get right down on your mat, on a rug, on a towel, or right on the floor. You're going to put your knees out wide and your feet together. The first pose we're going to do is called child's pose. Okay, it's one of my favorites. It's kind of what we start with, and sometimes we end with it as well. So you're going to walk your fingertips out your mat. Okay, and you're going to put your forehead right down to the ground, and we're just going to sit in this for a minute. While you're in this pose, you want to be taking some deep breaths. Breathe in your nose and back out. And then you're going to walk your fingertips back towards your knees. We're going to go down into that one more time just as to kind of get us going. When you're doing yoga, it's very important to think about your breathing and concentrate on it. If you can breathe in and out of your nose, it creates more of a hot air inside. And that is another thing that just allows for the workout to be more exhausting and get more out of it physically, as well as a little bit of a mental relax. So we're going to walk our fingertips again to the end of our mat. And then walk your fingers back again to your knees. From there, we're going to go right into what's called downward dog. So your hands are going to be towards the front of your mat. You're going to put your legs up. You're going to try and lift your hips to the sky. Okay, and keep your head looking down the whole time. Push through your palms. And if you can push your heels to the ground. If you need to, walk your feet in closer to your hands if that's easier for you, and then again just try and pull your hips to the ceiling up towards the sky. This is downward dog. Now you're going to walk your hands to allow yourself to rest. It's called ragdoll. You're just going to hang here with your arms hanging down. You can put your hands to your elbows and just hang, sway, and move as it feels comfortable, or you can just simply hang. Bend your knees a little bit so it's not pulling on your hamstrings, and just sit in this spot here. Make sure you keep your breathing going through your nose as much as you can. If you need to breathe out your mouth, that is okay as well. From here, we're going to bring our feet together into mountain pose. Reach up to the sky. Try and make your spine as straight as you can. Look up at your fingertips. Keep them open. Take some deep breaths while you're fully extended. If you're comfortable, you can go up on your toes. If not, you can stay flat-footed right here. From here, what we're going to do is into forward fold, where you just take your hands right to your shins. Okay, try and keep your feet still. And you're just forward folding down. Let your hands kind of hang, not towards your feet, but right stop here on your shins. Then we're going to go into what's called half lift. So you're going to move your hands up to your knees, push your back end and your butt out. You're called half lift. Again, trying to concentrate on your breaths as much as you can, breathing in and out throughout the whole workout. If at any point you get tired, feel free to go back to child pose. That's our most relaxing, where you're down flat on the ground, your knees are out, your toes are in, and your hands are out. Mr. Rich will show that for you. If at any point you need a break, you can always go back to child's pose. From here, we're going to go into high plank. You've seen a plank before. We're going to do it in kind of a routine. So your hands are flat and out, shoulder width apart. Your feet are together. We're going to stay in here. From high plank, we go to low plank. The idea from high to low is that your elbows stay in and you transition and your whole body stays off the ground. Okay, you're not supposed to come in contact with the ground. and then push into up dog. So you're pushing through your hands, chest out. You can go forward on your toes and get that little stretch going down low. Hold it here, and then we go back to down dog, which we've already done. Walk your feet in a little bit, and you'll see we'll do that cycle a few times. High plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. So we'll sit here in down dog for a minute, maybe more like 30 seconds. And then walk your feet up. You're going to sit just here in ragdoll for a minute. Put your hands on your elbows. And I want you guys to grab a sip of your water right here, just so that we can stand up and have a second. We want to make sure we stay hydrated throughout. We're going to go through those same series a second time. A lot of time when you're doing yoga, you'll repeat the same movements so that your body gets comfortable and used to that process. So we'll go again. We'll start with mountain pose to forward fold, half lift, high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog, and we'll see that all together. So we're going to do those same poses again. So we'll start here in mountain pose, hands straight up, looking up into the sky, trying to elongate your body as much as you can. Okay, so we're going down to forward fold, hands right down to your shins. Let your body start to relax. And then we get into the half lift, move them up to your knees, push your butt out. Just sit in here before we go down into high plank. We're going to stay in these planks a little bit longer this time. Make sure we're breathing. And then we're going to lower down into low plank. Try and keep your body up. If you need to take a rest, that's okay. You can go flat to the ground. And then push out into down or up dog. You're putting your chest through your hands, trying to go all the way forward, almost like you're elongating your body forward. There we go. And then we're going to go into down dog, which is actually considered a rest position after you do those 3 plank exercises. So you should be comfortable here in down dog. Again, walk your feet up if you need to get your heels flat. If it's too much of a stretch, then just walk them right back out. I'm going to transition us to face forward, okay, and we're just going to do one last pose, and then we'll do a little bit of breathing, okay. So what you're going to do is called the tree pose. Put your hands above your head here, put your foot right to your knee. If you cannot balance there, lower it back down. But if you can, you want to stand like this. There's multiple different things we can do with yoga. Let's switch to our other side. But again, up at your knee or down at your foot. Thanks for coming and trying some yoga poses with us today. We got a lot more for us to learn as we get through. Most important thing to know is the word yoga comes from the Sanskrit language, and it literally means union. So we want to be unified and be working together all the time, and physical activity is a great way for us to do that. Thanks so much, Mr. Rich and Ms. Galante. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everybody. Mr. Lieb and Ms. Galante did a great job of warming us up. Hopefully you got a nice sweat going and you're feeling it pretty good. I'm Mr. Rich. This is Ms. Juergens. We're here to teach you a few ball skills today. You go, well, we've all done just these workouts. Where is the fun stuff? So to us it is fun, but this will be a little more fun for you. Some ball skills and some games you can play at home. We know you guys are cooped up. Preferably you do this outside, but if not, you can do this inside with about 10 feet of space. You should all know the volleyball bump right now, but we're going to teach it to you again just as a refresher. When you're doing the volleyball bump, you want to get a nice base, shoulder width apart, bend the knees, and what you're going to do is you're going to hit the volleyball with your forearms. As you can see, Ms. Juergens right there. I'm going to toss it to her, and she's going to bump it back to me. She even had to dig that one out. You use the bump shot whenever a ball is served to you or hit down below your waist so you can bend and dig it out. So when we use this bump, it's usually from a serve, it goes to a bump, and then a set, and then they hit it over the net. Another one you should know is a set. So after we bump it up in the air and get it up, you want to set it to your teammate so they can knock it over the net. A set is when the ball is over your head, you get underneath it, and you flick the ball up. You don't grab it, you flick it. Flick with your wrists and your fingers up. Still bending your knees. Excellent job, Ms. Juergens. Now, here's the fun game. When I was a kid, we used to play tackle football in the house. We clear all the furniture out of the living room. We're not playing tackle football. We're going to play knee volleyball. You take 2 chairs, and you guys get down on the carpet. You hit the ball over, back and forth on the chair. You win and get a point if your person you're playing against hits it too far away from you, outside of your reach. So we're going to go back and forth, hitting it back and forth. Practicing your bumps. And that would be Ms. Juergens' point because I did a bad bump and knocked it away. So, right there, we did our bumps and our sets for volleyball. And you can play this game either indoors or outdoors. It's a perfect, quick game. You can play with a brother or sister, your mother, your father, anybody you'd like, just to get, move it and play in something competitive. Next, we're going to do our basketball skills. Everybody loves basketball, I hope. I'm a huge basketball person, and I love playing basketball. 2 things we're going to work on today that we could use towards our games. First thing is passing. When you're passing the basketball, you want to step and spin the ball to your teammate. You want to step and flick. Get good back rotation on the ball, step and flick. Step and flick. Step and flick. Now if you want to throw a bounce pass, you throw the ball 3/4 of the way to your partner. 3/4 of the way. Step, flick, point at your target. You want to point at your target. Point at your target. I want you all to give this a quick try and then get a quick drink and be ready for our next game, which I call curveball. So I'm going to give you a second to get a quick drink if you need it. Everybody stay hydrated. You should be pretty tired from the stuff before, and then we're going to go right into it. Curveball is one of my favorite games growing up. The best way to play is with a curb or a step outside. Right now we have these steppers right here in front of us, and that's just the best we can do here. In your house, you can use the steps if you have them. Your apartment building, you can go out in the hallway and use the steps. If you're outside, you can use a curb in the street, or you can use the steps to your house. My favorite way was playing from curb to curb. I'd have one friend stand on one side, I'd stand across on the other side of the street. And what you're trying to do is shoot the ball onto the curb. If it bounces like that and bounces straight up, it goes to the other person. If it kicks back to you, of course I miss. If it kicks back to you and you catch it, you get 2 points. If it kicks back to you and bounces on the floor, you get 1 point. And that's how you play curveball. Now we're going to show you how the correct form to shoot to play curveball. When you're shooting, we use an acronym called BEEF. The B in beef stands for balance. Get your feet balanced, shoulder width apart. The first E stands for eyes. You get your eyes on the hoop or eyes on the target here. The next one stands for elbow. You get your elbow at 90 degrees and you get it in. Elbow at 90 degrees and get it in. The F stands for follow through. Balance, eyes on your target, elbow at 90 degrees and under the ball, and then follow through, get a nice rotation on that ball. So that is how you shoot the ball when we're playing this game. So Ms. Juergens and I will play. If it hits the bleachers, it's Ms. Juergens' turn. If it bounces back and I catch it, either off a one hop or in the air, it's my turn to go again and I get a point. So it's Ms. Juergens' turn. My turn. Ms. Juergens' turn. Hopefully one of us will get a point here. It's a little easier on the curb than it is here. 2 points for me. It hit the curb and bounced back to me. Ms. Juergens' turn. It's just a good game to get your blood flowing and get playing something and doing something outside. We know you've been locked up for a long time in the house and you're tired and you're bored and you're sick of being inside. Hopefully today's lessons gave you something to do. If you don't get tired when you're doing these lessons, you can always replay them and use them again. A lot of the yoga stuff, if you do it twice, it'll give you a better workout. Mr. Lieb and Mr. Little's workout, if you play it twice, it'll get you a great workout. The theme of today was diversity. Diversity is a celebration and acknowledgement of differences in our communities and cultures. Today we did yoga, we did a workout, and we did some games that you can play anywhere. This celebrates everybody's diversity and our culture. Please have fun and stay safe during COVID.
$3 on the rain.